My name's Bobby, and I am an addict. At least that's what Priscilla says. She's going to leave me unless I quit gambling. Puzzles me, though, that word, gambling. Whenever Priscilla gets a car out of the garage, she's gambling big time. Never checks the mirror, sticks it in reverse, puts her foot down right out on the highway. Jeez Louise, that's gambling. Here I am, Gamblers Anonymous.
And your point is what, Bobby?
My point is this. Life's a gamble, right? That's the thrill of it. You know, you folks aren't here because you're gamblers. You are here because you are terrible gamblers.
Well, let's.
That's the problem. I mean, you lose, and that's why you're here.
Okay, Bobby.
I've been looking at you guys yammering on about all of your stuff, and oh, woe is me, and this is terrible. But you know what the problem is? The problem is you don't have a thing.
Can we just...
They don't have a thing.
Bobby.
They need an edge. You need an angle, an inside track, something that's going to turn you from being a gambler to a hustler.
All right, Bobby,
from a loser to a winner. Why should we give up the one thing in life that we really love? These folks don't need to stop doing what they're doing. They just need to get better at it. Who's dealing?
Please.
Who's in?
Let's roll. The Thursday night throwdown has begun. The pimps, the players, the hustlers, the people, the bust them, and everybody else in between, from Costa Rica to California, Montreal to Minnesota, Winnipeg to Weehawken. Winner, winner, winner. As the over in the Thursday night football game is an early winner this evening. 38-14. The route is on. The Pittsburgh Steelers are throttling the Carolina Panthers, who really were in a bad spot. The odds makers set it up here this evening and pretty much gave people an early Christmas present. I guess it's so early, it's not even Thanksgiving yet. Early Thanksgiving present. Listen, I'm always locked in on the Carolina Panthers, so there was really no turning back. But I didn't love the Panthers today. I like the over. I thought they were in a good spot to go over the number. Hopefully, we can hit some of these props as well this evening. So we've got a little booklet full of tickets here, as you can see. Let's spread them out a little bit. You know you're a degenerate gambler when. You know you're a degenerate gambler when you're sitting in traffic on the Jersey Turnpike to make sure you get over to the Sportsbook to get some action in. And as you can see, I'd say that's some action. I'd say that's some action here. And we'll run through the tickets that we played as we always do, as there's nobody more transparent in the industry than we are. So we got some late night basketball here tonight. Golden State Warriors and the Milwaukee Bucks should be a pretty cool basketball game. Hamburg count 7. What's up, gentlemen? All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hamburg's got a good eye. 8. What's up, Spencer S? Alan Action, Medina. We've got 8. We've got 8 tickets here, including a late night play on the Golden State Warriors. I got to tell you, man, it's not often that you're going to get the Golden State Warriors at -5.5. I'll tell you that much. Like I get it that Draymond Green is out of this basketball game tonight, but all right. I know that Draymond Green, you can argue Draymond Green is the most valuable player on that team. And I made that argument for years in the past. I don't know if it's so much the case anymore. I think the Warriors are more suited to absorb Draymond Green being out now than they have been in the past. Kevin Durant's their best player. Curry is like wicked. Thompson's, very, very good. They've got pieces and stuff. They're just, a couple of years ago, they were really sort of more of a finesse team. They didn't have Kevin Durant that time they lost when Draymond Green got knocked out. Like, Draymond does everything. Like, you could argue that Draymond's the best guy on the team in a sense, just because of everything he does. He's like, and every team sort of needs somebody to do the dirty work. That's what makes Kawhi Leonard so good. He's sort of that guy, but he's also a scorer, but like Draymond, you have so many three-point shooters on that team on Golden State. You need somebody to be that dirty dude. You need somebody to be that, that street guy that can get some boards and, will fight with people, etc. And Draymond's that guy. No, I think they can absorb, though. They can absorb not having him for a game. Now, listen, Milwaukee are a very good team. Milwaukee are going to be really fired up for this basketball game because it's against Golden State. It's on television, etc. They're going to be excited for this. They're coming off a loss in Portland. I just think that Milwaukee are being a little bit overvalued here on this road trip. They never should have been favorites against Portland, and we told you to take Portland, and we all hit the ticket with Portland. Like, they shouldn't have been why were they road favorites at Portland? I get it. Milwaukee are good this year. They're better this year, but they're still a young team. They're not a developed team that they're going to go on the road and just like run roughshed over people like the Raptors just did. Milwaukee are still growing. Hell of a start for them, but they had a pretty favorable schedule. And, now, reality settled in against Portland. Portland won that game rather easily. And I don't know, it seems like the marketplace is really, really liking the Milwaukee Bucks here. I could be wrong. Listen, I could be wrong, but when I looked at the number, I was like, no, I didn't want the first half line. Like, I clicked again. I'm like, no, really? It's 5.5? It's like, all right, Draymond Green's out. I get it. But still, 5.5 for the Golden State Warriors at home against the Milwaukee Bucks. It should be a good game, though. Should be a good game. And listen, I'm not going to be surprised. I'm not going to be surprised if Milwaukee brings it tonight. Like I said, teams get up when they play the Golden State Warriors, right? It's a big game for them. Now, I don't even know the score. Like, I'm a degenerate gambler, but I'm not a panicker. Although I was very upset last night on the program, I will admit. I'm still upset about that. Fucking Mac. Fucking terrible conference. It's fucking terrible conference, man. God, man. Like, that was so frustrating last night. It's pretty much, I don't know, man. It's been like that for me for a week. It's not just the games either. Like, it's pretty much happened to me consistently. Like, I missed my ferry. I missed the boat, man. Like, fucking 3 days in a row by like 2 minutes. Like 2 minutes, 1 minute, you know what I mean, type thing. But the thing is, it's 20 minutes in between, and it's like happened 3 days in a row, and every time it's like my fault. Like, I think back, I'm like, fuck, man. If I didn't fucking stop there for a fucking second, I would have made it. So I've been a day late, dollar short. Today, I went to the Sportsbook. I sat down, like, they have a nice restaurant. Well, nice restaurant. They have a nicer restaurant at the Sportsbook at the Meadowlands. I sat there for like fucking 15 minutes, man. I didn't get any service. Even the fucking hostess chick came up to me. Like, I think I might have got the chick fired or something. I wasn't even bitching either. I didn't really care, to be honest. I was getting pissed off, but I got a lot of things on my mind. So I'm sitting there forever. I go to the chick, excuse me. She's like, 1 second. She walks past me. Then the hostess comes up to me and she's like, have you been served yet? I'm like, no. And she goes, motherfuck, Jesus Christ, starts swearing and shit. And I saw her making a beeline, man, for the waitresses and shit. And then I'm like, all right, well, I guess I'll get some service now. And no, man, no one came back after. So I finally got up and walked out. So I walked out of the restaurant part. I didn't want just the grilled cheese tonight, but I was like, fuck it, I'll eat at the snack bar, fuck. I order a grilled cheese. I'm the only one there. Like, I'm the only one. There's no line. I go up. I'm like, hey, how you doing? Yeah, give me the grilled cheese combo. Standard. Should take like fucking no time. I was there for like 16 minutes, man. Yeah, I'm fucking standing there. I was like, even like, and I'll tell you what, like the Meadowlands snack bar pretty much has the worst service in America. And, you accept it. I get it. Listen, I don't care. If you want to be a fucking grumpy bitch, be a grumpy bitch. I don't care. Right? So it doesn't bother me, but it's bad when they're apologetic. Like anyone that's been there will know what I'm talking about. Like these ladies don't care, man. Like last week I was there, I was like, excuse me, I paid for a popcorn. I never got it. And the chick says to me, well, what do you want me to do? I was like, I don't know, you fucking work here. I got into it with the chick. So, it's the same thing tonight. Like these ladies there, they're the worst. Like they're the worst of the worst of the worst. They're like classic, just New York. Like some of them are old and Eastern European. Like I don't know if they're Russian or Lithuanian, whatever they are. They're just angry. They don't give a shit. They're pissed off. And even they were apologetic. She's like, oh, I'm so sorry. Why it's so long? And I'm thinking, man, it's long when this lady's saying she's sorry. Because this lady never said she's sorry. 38-14. Carolina's just getting slaughtered. So it's just constant. Now, you know what? The New Jersey transit system, the boat system is pretty good, Medina. It's accurate. I'm just late all the time for some reason. I just keep missing it. So then tonight, I'm going to the Sportsbook. I get in the car with the chick, and she tells me, she goes, oh, yeah. And this is why she's cool. Like, I pay a set rate no matter what. Sometimes it's a little more. Sometimes, you know what I mean? I'm getting a deal out of it. Because she had to bite the bullet. Like she even told me, she goes, I'm missing out on an airport run right now because, what just happened. Like basically there was a massive fucking pileup or something. So I get in the car and the whole thing is I'm all like pissed off. I got to go to the sports book. I only have to go because I lost my money online. So I got to go to the sports book. So I tell this lady to show up at 7. She shows up at 6:46. She's all pissed off because I don't get down there till like 7:07. I told her I'm on the radio till 7. Like I told you. And so we get in the car, and then like a minute later, she goes, "Oh yeah, She goes, she's got some new fucking app thing, that she's addicted to. She's looking, she's like, oh, there's an accident that just happened." And she's fucking good, this chick though. And she sees, and she goes, it could take an hour and 10 minutes to get there. I'm thinking, you got to be shitting me. Kickoff's at 8:20. Like, what do you mean an hour and 10 minutes? But she's on top of it. She goes, no, I got a way around this. And she goes, we have to drive 11 miles this way to avoid all of it. And we did, It was fucking fast, man. Like, we got to the sports book in like 18 minutes. So I got to give her credit for that. I had no problems getting the bets in, but it took me like 45 minutes to eat a shitty motherfucking grilled cheese sandwich. And to drink a Sierra Mist that the ice had already melted into the drink because they took so long. And I always tell the lady, I'm there every day. I always tell the same lady too. I tell her all the time, She's this old lady, man. I tell her every day. She always goes to get my drink, and I always tell her because I know it takes them forever. So I always say, listen, I'll take my drink when the sandwich is ready. I told her today, she didn't listen, She just looked at me and fucking gave me the drink anyway. I was like, you know what? Whatever, Fucking stand there and I'm just watching the ice fucking melt. I'm just melting down myself. It's one thing after another. We still need more points. I bet the in-game over 68.5. All right, so let's check in on our wagers. Let's see what we got here. Let's randomly go through them. Number 1, Golden State Warriors coming up. I laid 5.5 points. Although Bruce Chad, the expert of all cappers, says that he's going against me. And Bruce Chad's actually been winning. So what's up, Bruce? Bruce says he's on the Bucks. I'm on the Warriors minus 5.5. This was an impulsive last-second bet. that's not going to hit because the Boston Celtics suck. I grabbed the over of the Boston Celtic Phoenix Sun game. And hey, Phoenix did their part. They put up 57 points in the first. Boston scored 37 points. How do you score 37 points against the Phoenix Suns? Terrible. I went smaller. I just $50 plays only. I didn't really like the NBA games. I just recreationally played them. I put 75 on the Warriors. I got $50 on the Blazers and Clippers over 224.5. That hasn't started, or that's starting. I'm about to. It's an under night. Looks like it has started. It looks like it's an under night tonight. I'm going to lose this one. I've got the fucking under in Oklahoma City and Houston. Good thing I went small on these. We've got Ben Roethlisberger, $75. Ben Roethlisberger, over 299.5 passing yards. And Ben Roethlisberger has already won the prop, 314 passing yards. 314 passing yards for Ben Roethlisberger. So that's already won. This is the centerpiece of the night. This is the centerpiece of the night. Over. A $300 ticket on the over 51. I was going to put a nickel on this too. But look, I hit the 300 on that, and this one's already hit. The $75 already hit on Ben Roethlisberger, so that's 375 in winners right there. I need Carolina not to quit, and I need Cam Newton. I need Cam Newton to throw for. I need Cam Newton quarterback prop to go over. Oh yeah, and I also have in-game over, so there's more. All right, so Ben Roethlisberger. Ben Roethlisberger is a winner. The over in the football game is already a winner. Carolina Panthers, small play, is going to be a loser. Cam Newton. This one I want to hit over 241.5 yards. I need to hit this one. I want to hit this one. $100 ticket there. And I had to pay the check. And I didn't have any more money on me. Fuck. I mean, all these tickets add up. Like, I had no more money, but I was able to scrounge together $70. I was able to scrounge together $70 to put in an in-game ticket on the over 67.5. So there's some losers here, but there's still potential. We could go 2-2 in the NBA, and we could crush this football game. So let's see what happens. That's why we're here, right? I'm in my gambling chair. Let's see what happens. Let's get this over 67.5. I hope they don't pull Cam Newton. There's going to be a touchdown. Touchdown. All right, so 44-14 is going to be, we're going to be up to 59 points right now. I got over 67. Yeah, Engel hit the touchdown, Sander. Yeah, well, it'd be nice if we can get the Cam Newton over. I don't know if they're going to take him out. Like Carolina might just go in the run the ball mode. Like Cam Newton's got 161 passing yards right now. I need over 241. So I need him to care. I need them to care on this drive. I don't know if they do or will. I sort of did. Carolina has been too good so far, Lucas. They were due for a blowout. Like they really were. Listen, I recommended the teaser, but I couldn't get it in at the book. Like I said, I decided when I was at the window, I actually thought, I was like, you know what? I should just put like fucking 500 on the over and not fuck around. I was like, this game's going over. In my mind, I knew this game was going over. I was like, why screw around with all these other props and everything? Just put the money on the fucking over. If you listen to my shows today, even though the radio show is tough to listen to, I apologize for that. It wasn't our fault, man. Verizon's tower or something happened. I don't know. So we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully we can. Hopefully we can. I don't know. We're probably not going to hit the Cam Newton prop. I got to resign myself not to hitting it. It kind of sucks. But if we can hit these other NBA games on the way out, like the Boston Celtics, though, like I don't know what the hell's going on with these guys. I knew the Celtics were a little overrated coming into the year. I don't really fear them that much as a Raptor fan. I really don't. I never really have. The Celtics, I think Danny Ainge is a great GM, but I also think that he's overplayed his hand. You know what I mean? Like he's the type of dude that Danny Ainge just never stopped tinkering with that team. Like he's always like, it's never good enough. Like, you know what? Let's go with this guy and that guy. And I get it. It's always like, what can I do to make my team better? But at some point, you just got to let the guys play. And I don't know. It seems like the chemistry is not great with this team. And I don't mean like they hate each other or anything like that. I just mean like the on-court chemistry. They fumbled the kickoff. Wow. I'm not going to get a Cam Newton prop. They're going to take him out. That's a fumble. They're going to take him out. I wouldn't even take him out. Like, why would you leave Cam Newton in right now? It's about to be 50. This helps the in-game over, though. That'll help. That's good. Let's get this. Let's get this. I don't mind. I got a smaller play on Carolina. It is what it is. It sucks. The Cam Newton prop sucks. So as I was saying about the Boston Celtics, they're not, I don't know, man. They're not in sync. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown became the centerpiece of the team last year, and they were very good. Then you got Kyrie Irving in here, and I don't know. Something's not working with it. No, it's early. Stevens will figure it out. They might have to trade someone or figure it out. And like I said, though, the Celtics, it's been a few years that Danny Ainge consistently, it's like, oh, Ainge has this pick. Oh, Ainge did this trade. Ainge did this. Ainge did that. But eventually they got to win, right? And, Brad Stevens, I'm not going to call out Brad Stevens, but I'm going to call out Brad Stevens in the sense that I said this last year, and I've said this for a couple of years now. I'm a little tired of the Brad Stevens is a genius stuff when the Celtics, what have the Celtics done? Dwayne Casey got fired because he couldn't get to the finals. Well, I don't see Brad Stevens in the finals. And Brad Stevens has the most loaded team in the Eastern Conference, and he has for a couple of years now. Yet somehow he's a genius and everyone else is an idiot. Dwayne Casey can't coach because he loses to LeBron, but Stevens loses to LeBron, and oh wow, he's a genius, right? It's like I said, I don't know. I know Stevens hasn't been around that long. There's more years to go here, and I like Stevens. I think Stevens is a very good coach, but this anointment of Brad Stevens, let's see him actually do something here. Let's see him win. I mean, to me, I look at Brad Stevens and I look at him in the same way I look at Quinn Snyder up there in Utah. And Snyder gets zero respect, zero attention from the media, zero. No, or the fans. No one ever talks about him. Oh, he's a great coach, that guy. He is a great coach. He gets so much out of the talent that he has in Utah, and he gets no credit for it. He's a college coach that came into the NBA, and he's been damn good in the NBA. He hasn't won a title. You know what I mean? But it's amazing. You look at Snyder, who deserves the attention for accomplishments, and you look at Stevens. Stevens is like boy wonder somehow. Stevens is, boy wonder. Media loves him. Goofy looking white dudes, all G-shuck smiles. Media like him. Media, hey, he's a genius, this guy. He's a great coach. Everyone else is an idiot. Everyone else gets fired, but he's a great coach. Never mind the fact he's got a wicked-ass team and he gets killed every night here this year. He's losing to fucking Phoenix right now by 20. But I know, he's the second coming, this kid. Now, it's a little too early to just say, hey, Raptors. A little too early to just say Raptors. It's too early to say the Raptors make it to the finals. They still have stuff to prove. Touchdown. It's a fantasy palooza. Another touchdown. Like I said, there's no way they're going to put Cam Newton in. The only thing is now, we've got a real shot at getting the 68.5 over here. I mean, look, they're up to 65, extra point coming 66. So we're going to need a field goal or a safety or anything to happen. The only thing is, can we get one more score after this? One more score. They're at 66. We need over 67.5. I'll tell you, Eric LaDuca, I know the books actually suckered people, even myself, because I didn't go big on Carolina, but I should have hammered Pittsburgh. I knew, what a weird line. Fuck, Pittsburgh -3. Carolina's schedule has been tough, guys. I'm not making excuses for them, but it's just reality of the NFL where if you look, like they've been on the road a lot. They go home, they go on the road again, they go back. Like they were just in Philadelphia a couple of weeks ago. Now they have to go back to Pennsylvania to play these guys on a short week. It was a bad setup for Carolina. We said it like all week. It was a bad spot. We also said all week that we really like the over this game, but sometimes, you can't bet all these stupid props and everything and screw around with too many picks. Just say, you know what, the game's going over, hammer the over. What's up, bro? What's up, Kitchener, right? Good to see you, bro. Oh, and I see everyone now with the overreaction and this and that. Carolina's going to be just fine, folks. Bad spot for them to get lit up. Shit happens. Everyone will have Pittsburgh going to the Super Bowl and Carolina's toast. Yeah, I was looking tonight, Ro. I was looking tonight, actually, about how I'm going to get there. Since everybody's screwing me once again. So I've got to look and figure out how I'm going to get there, Ro. But I figured it out. I got to get... I got to take the train to New Brunswick train station. You already know that because you were a student there. You're a student there. So yeah, I'll call you tomorrow, Ro. We'll figure it out. I don't know if you'll want to meet outside the stadium, outside that bookstore where the shuttle is. I've never been to the stadium before, so I have no idea. Oh, is Ro still? Are you still a student there? Yeah, what's the deal? What? So this stadium is so far away, like even from the station after? I looked on Google Maps. I'm like, where is this stadium? Fuck, like it's fucking like it's like what is it, on the border or something? I looked on the train. I'm like, oh my god, fuck! Like how many stops is this going to be? Yeah, exactly. So I take the train. I take the train to the New Brunswick station, and then there's a all right, good. Cam Newton's still in. Then there's a shuttle that takes you to the stadium. Yeah, basically, Ro, listen, there's a bunch of people who are going to come, and of course, one by one, everyone drops off and starts screwing me over. So, but I'm not going to miss the game, so I'll be coming no matter what. We'll be coming no matter what, Ro. I'm not going to miss my Michigan Wolverines, and I even have to. I'm going to leave early. Actually, the college show. I'm gonna miss the last hour. I might even just do it on Skype, to be honest. But I can leave from Penn Station anyways. But yeah, it seems like it's about an hour on the train. It's like 57 minutes or something like that. So it's a little of a it's a little bit of a trip out there. And then after, Ro, it's too bad. I'm gonna have to come back. I'll come back to Weehawken because I'll have to do the Saturday Night Patreon show. You know, the game's at 3:30. By the time I get back, it'll be 9 or something, 10, fuck, probably. It'll take a little while, actually. But, yeah, I look forward to seeing Michigan kick the crap out of Rutgers. And the big issue now is I got to get this stupid bet in. I can't bet it at the sportsbook here. Like now, Saturday all day is gone. You know what I mean? I was hoping to go to the sportsbook after, but I realized I can't. And then I got Sunday NFL. Jeez, man, it's fucking. I'm just too busy. All right. What just happened here? Oh, Cam Newton's getting sacked now in a 58-14 game or whatever the hell it is. I don't know why they're doing this. I actually like the sacks over 4.5 too. I screwed that up. I should have fucking bet that. He's been sacked 5 times alone. Yeah, Cam Newton's not going to get there. It's ridiculous that they even have. I don't even know why they have him in here. Like, I even have money on him, but what's the point? My concern is, listen, we got a problem here now. Pittsburgh are not going to kick a field goal. Like, it's 52-14. It's like now we're in a bad football etiquette and stuff like that. When you get these blowouts, shit gets weird. I said this with Drew Dinkmeyer today. Every time there's a blowout, the props get screwed, guys. So now here's Dobbs, his backup. It's like garbage time. Here's the backup quarterback. Fuck. So they're not going to kick a field goal. So they need to score a touchdown, but they're not really going to even try to score a touchdown. And Carolina is eventually going to pull Newton. There's going to be torture. Fuck. I mean, and look, you guys saw I lost 2 football games by a single point last night each. 2 nights ago, I lost a basketball game by a bucket. The night before, I lost a basketball game by 0.5 point. The night before, I lost a football teaser by a point. And tonight, this is going to be the in-game total, 67.5. We are at 66. I'm going to lose by 1.5. Fuck. Man, I just can't take this anymore. Like, it's just, you know, it's too much. Fuck. It's just too fucking much, man. I don't even know what channel anything's on. Channel 36. Give me basketball. No? What is this? NC State or Wake Forest, man. It's only a 3-point game. I didn't touch this game. Oh, man. You're telling me I don't even get this Golden State Warrior game? What am I paying for? Oh, there it is. Eight six early. Milwaukee's up 8-6. How's that not a foul, man? Come on, man. You can't just let the Greek freak walk in like that either. Oh, it is a foul. Good. All right, good. Good call. Good call. Man, this Greek freak guy's massive, man. like, look at him. Like his wingspan. Like, you know what I mean? Like, all these guys are tall. Look how big he is. It's crazy. Oh, come on, Golden State. You got to hit those threes. Golden State's yellow jerseys are like blinding me. All right, come on, Curry. Come on, Curry. Let's go, KD. Curry for 3. Let's go. Clay for 3. Someone for 3. Yeah, there you go. Is it just me or does Klay Thompson look like Steph Curry suddenly? Like Klay Thompson's hair is different. He's got normally he's got like a buzz cut and shit. I'm not used to seeing Klay Thompson with hair. It threw me off. KD at the top of the key. Let's go, KD. Ooh, KD banks it home. Smooth. I think it's I'm not a big fan of the debates and all this stuff about old days versus new and blah, 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 but we're going to do that tonight a bit. As I think this Golden State Warrior team's the best basketball team, like pretty much the best basketball team. I guess ever is a strong word, but they're better than the Bulls. LeBron's not better than Jordan. Like, we can go down this road. We've done it a million times. LeBron is not better than Jordan. LeBron is great. He's the best player of the generation. Awesome player. It's not criticism to say he's not Jordan. It's just different. Jordan's just different. He's not Michael Jordan. But the Golden State Warriors are better than the Chicago Bulls are. Like, this Warrior team is better than those Bulls teams were. Those Bulls teams were good, but it was really Michael Jordan. You know what I mean? Like, people talk about Pippen. Pippen's good. I think Pippen might be a little his legend might be a little overblown now in time. I know Pippen was voted top 50 NBA of all time by the peers and everyone, but Pippen was great. I'm not saying Pippen was great, but the Bulls really had a lot of role players. Like, this crap about LeBron James not having anybody, all the time is a cop-out. Like, Luke Longley was fucking his center. Bill fucking Wennington. Bill Wennington's from Beaconsfield, Montreal, Quebec, right? He's a big white dude from fucking Montreal. He was the center. Bill Cartwright. Will Perdue. Mike, there was a lot of stiffs on the Chicago Bulls. They weren't all stars, those guys. Steve Kerr was pretty good with the threes, but Steve Kerr wasn't like some NBA legend. Paxton. Paxton was good. You know what I mean? Paxton wasn't no great player. The fact of the matter is the Golden State Warriors are better than they are. Dennis Rodman was really, really good. He's up there. But when you compare all the players, like, Golden State are just deeper. Let's you look. All right, you have Michael Jordan. Who compares to Michael Jordan on the Warriors? Kevin Durant. Michael Jordan's Michael Jordan, but I tell you what, Michael Jordan and Kevin Durant is pretty much a fucking wash, man. Like, you're going head to head here. Yes, Jordan has that killer edge that no one else has, but I'm just saying from a basketball standpoint, it's a wash. And I'm being nice to Jordan here, out of respect. Yeah, good call, Louis. Good call. Yeah, BJ Armstrong. Exactly. Like, this legend of LeBron doesn't have any players, and Jordan had a bunch of stiffs. You had Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman for a few years, Horace Grant, and a bunch of sort of interchangeable part guys. The Kerrs, the Paxtons, your Cartwrights, your Longleys, your Wenningtons, your Will Perdues. He never, they weren't loaded with stars, Tony Kukoc was good. So you've got Durant, and Jordan. You got Steph Curry. There's no one really like Pippen. Pippen was very two-way and versatile. That's the thing with Pippen. Pippen was a good player, all over the court. Dennis Green is Rodman, except better, more well-rounded. Klay Thompson, I don't know. Look, it's interesting because Steve Kerr was on those Bulls teams, and Steve Kerr is the coach of this team. So what's he going to say, really, right? He's kind of in a tough spot, but Steve Kerr's a pretty honest guy. So he doesn't just say things for the sake of saying things, Kerr. And Kerr has stated that this team's better. That it's just different. They're bigger, they're faster, they're deeper type shit. Klay Thompson is better than Tony Kukoc. Take the under, says Bobbert. Bobbert knows his New Zealand and Australian sports. I don't have money in the account, so I can't get in on this Breaker game right now. Well, look, they went through this, guys. We've been through this. Oh, yeah, Ron Harper. We went through this last year, actually. The odds makers did. And if you recall, they made the Warriors like 4-point favorites. The Warriors were 4.5-point favorites on a neutral court against the Bulls. Which leads us. Yeah, the thing is, and it's true. What up, Brooks? That's the thing is, nah, they're not going to win even though he's in the game. The thing is, everyone says that. I get it. Oh, it's different now. They're the league. They're not as tough, these guys. It's a different league, yes. And Jordan would score more in today's day and age even. I get it. But at the same point in time, don't tell me that Draymond Green wouldn't be a psychopath if he played in the old days, right? If Draymond Green could get away with more shit, he would do it, right? You know what I'm saying? Don't tell me like these guys in the NBA are all a bunch of wusses that are all soft and stuff. They just play in a different league. Like if you told everyone in the NBA, all right, listen, from now on, you're allowed to trip people and push people and elbow people in the face and we won't give you a foul for it, they would do it. And suddenly you would have a slugfest and stuff, right? But it's it's entertainment now. It's different. Before it used to be warfare. That's the biggest thing that the millennials, that a lot of you, some people that make these arguments don't get. These are games. The Warriors and the Cavaliers were games. It was for the championship, but they were games. When the Miami Heat played the New York Knicks in the old days, in the early 90s, that wasn't a game, all right? It wasn't a game. Like there was no game about it. There was no hugging like before the game. There was no hugging after the game. They were fucking fighting during the game. And they were fighting after the game. I mean, the Knicks and the Heat, everybody got suspended. They had to do it in alphabetical order because they couldn't finish the series. The Detroit Pistons and the Chicago Bulls, the Detroit Pistons, Dennis Rodman once pushed Scottie Pippen in the back into the fourth row, for fuck's sakes, in a playoff game. And wasn't even kicked out of the game. Larry Bird once threw a basketball at Bill Laimbeer's head and wasn't kicked out of the game. Famous moment. They're under the basket in the playoffs and they're all melted off. And like, it was dirty as hell. Everyone's like bleeding and shit. And remember, Bird just fucking takes the ball. He took it like a ping pong ball. Like Bird's big hand. He's standing like, he's literally like from here to there, like through to the computer. And Bird's standing there and Laimbeer doesn't see it coming. Laimbeer's like bitching to the ref and it's sort of a scuffle. And Bird just sees him and takes the ball and whips it at his head. Like he just whips it at his head. Like guys, you guys don't understand. Like it used to be fucking nuts. Like it used to be nuts. Like people, you guys don't get it. Like, they weren't games. Like the Knicks, it was almost like it didn't matter who won the game. Like I remember in some of these games after, it was like, yeah, we lost, but you know what? Fuck them. Fuck. We fucking broke the guy's nose. You know. All right, what just happened here in the game? I had it on the basketball. Second and goal. Come on, we need the over. In-game over hits. No Cam Newton, but in-game over hits. Cam Newton's not getting the 240s at 193 only. But hey, we'll take it. $300 winner, 75 winner. And 70 winner. So $450 in winners. 445, but let's call it 450 to round it out. 450 in winners. Yeah, there's some losers here. 50, 125, that's 175 in losers. That's 200 in losers. And that's pending. All right, so I have 200 in losers, 475 in winners. Hey, that's the way you roll. That's what you call winning, right? You can't win every bet. I would have liked that. Man, if we could hit this fucking camera, bro. Fuck, I have 125 bucks that's fucking on that. But hey, that's these are facts. See, that's the one thing. There's different, you can bet online and blah, 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 and it goes back and forth offshore and all this shit. The one thing I like about the tickets is it's reality. There's no fake news here. There's no, wow, they say, you know what I mean? There's no fake news. You know whether you're winning money or losing money when you're playing with tickets. It's like, all right, how much do I have in winners here? How much do I have in losers here? There's no lying here. It is what it is. So we've got $445 in winning tickets times like whatever, 445 in winners. So about 900 return here, whatever. 445 in winners. 125, 250. 250 in losers. So that's $200 all the way. I was hoping it was a little more. So we're plus 200 in tickets here. And you know what? We have another one pending. There's a ticket on the floor here. There's 2 tickets on the floor. Oh, no. Oh, there's a loser. More losers. More losers for the pile, but there's also pendings. All right, we'll have to redo this conversation after. I forgot. There's tickets all over the place. There's tickets on the floor even. Oh, that's real cool, Donovan. That's nice. Man, Sun U Sports have been doing great. I saw their football team was doing well. It's good for them. Good people over there. All right, so we got some winners. I'm tired. I need a break. I got no break. We'll be on at 9 a.m. in the morning once again. I will be wrapping up at midnight tonight, though. Well, when did I start? 12:07. I'll go give you 2 hours. If you guys notice, I've been stretching it out a little bit, but we've got it's catching up. I'm kind of worn out right now. Obviously, it's been a crazy couple of days, and yes, we will be on the Fantasy Sports Network. So it'll continue. We'll let this play out actually, but Basically, starting Monday, there'll be a new name. Starting Monday, there'll be a new name for the show. But yeah, it's been a crazy week. Let me tell you, like I've seen it all in this industry. Thank you, Daniel. We will do. Now, I don't control the name. I don't control the name, right? So now I'll be honest with you. I want to have the people. I think it would be good to have like the contest, like the viewers, like you guys come up with the name. Like I appreciate a lot of the questions and stuff, but there's obviously a lot of questions like I can't or won't answer. Like people basically ask me, hey, you know what? Did you sign? How much money do you make, anyways? How do you get paid? Do you get paid direct deposit? You get a check? I always tell people if you want. I talk about these matters on. I talk about these matters on my Patreon show. See, I like the contest and the surly, the haughty, and the delusional. The game is in Pittsburgh, Geraldo, tonight. Morency and the mayor. The score is 52-21 with 1 minute left, 1.5 minutes left. The game's over. Well, you can. We got a good idea for you, DP Slapper. How about you go watch sports on ESPN and blow me, fuck. Gary Brown and company. I like that, Gary Brown. That's my new name. Yeah, if I start like I move to a new town and shit, I move to Atlanta. Hello, I'm Gary Brown. No, Geraldo. Listen, Geraldo. I like that. High Times. I like that one. The Gary Brown show. You know what, Jazz? It's a great idea. You know what's a great idea? If I ever do like a nut job conspiracy government show and I have an alias, the Gary Brown show. Hi, I'm Gary Brown. I just want to tell you that the government is spying on you right now. No, listen, Jim, I'll tell you guys something right now, too. I don't want my name in the show. Downtown Gary Brown. I don't want the name in. I don't want my name in the show. Smoke your bankroll. I like that. Me and Cam had the great line from years ago. Bad gamblers helping bad gamblers. That'll be the name. See, I swear to God, man, when I was on the radio years ago in Montreal, I had like a list of radio names, of great names of shows. Like really, like they pop up to me out of the blue sometimes. I was like, yeah, if I ever do a morning show, if I was ever, but I'm not. Like I never thought of it. I never think, oh, I'm going to be a morning guy. But I remember I used to have a list of these great names. I was like fucking hardball. Fucking, I had all these. I had like a generic list of like 12 sports names because I remember like I used to need them sometimes. And I choked. I was like, Sportsline, fucking, I would come up with all these different ones. But I like that. Bad gamblers helping bad gamblers. But you're exactly right, Chaz. Everything that I'm living right now, I've already lived through at the score. Like this, everything's deja vu for me, right? So I even saw that today. Like I thought I had a flashback. I was like, oh yeah, I'm done. I just thought, I'm like, yeah, in about a year, I'll be done. I was thinking too, whatever you do, please don't tell me the name of the show is the Rants fucking show. Like, I've already like the Rants show has already been done. The second your name's in the marquee, it's all good. At first, it's like, hey, look at that. I'm a big star. Look, fuck. You see your name on the TV guide when you're switching around, Morency show. It's like, hey, look at that. Fuck. People like, even like, it impresses people. I remember my ex-girlfriend's mother used to think, she was like, I see your name on TV on the guide. And I didn't realize your show. And like, it's like, oh, yeah, we're rocking. The second your name is on it, you're done. Like, that's who they blame. It's like the coach, fuck. You know what I mean? It's like you're the coach. It's the Morency show. But since you guys are all asking questions, I will tell you something that obviously there was not concern with me. I really don't, whatever, man. I'm just one of God's soldiers. Whatever happens, it's God's plan. So I don't really freak out about these things, right? But I didn't really know. I knew there was a lot of turmoil, and obviously things are moving fast, right? But already I can tell you the deals, things are going well. Things are going well, and I'll put it this way. I'll tell you this way, guys. When everything happened, right now, I didn't even know this, but I kind of do now, and now I'm going to have to know these things, but we're on 36 terrestrial radio stations right now. All right? So when I say we're syndicated and shit, I ain't fucking around. Like, we're on in 36 different markets, besides all of our apps and all this shit. All right? So 36 different cities, including Las Vegas. So we're on in Las Vegas. We're on in... I think we're on in like Seattle, like we're on in the West Coast in a bunch of markets and shit, mostly in the West. So 36 markets. We're on the Armed Forces Radio Network around the world. And when this situation with Carton happened, the deal was Carton was the one that got this syndicated. Like he's a big radio star. So he got a syndicated show, 36 stations at the time. And the deal was, well, there's 36 stations, but there will be another 75 coming on board to make it like 105 stations or whatever. Yet, due to the situation, the expansion of the syndication was put on hold, obviously, by the syndication company. because they're like, listen, obviously let's hold off right now. And another thing was the syndication wasn't a deal with Gabriel Morency. They agreed to put the Craig Carton show on syndication. They didn't agree to put me on in syndication. So I was aware of these things, and you can only do what you can do. You know what I'm saying? I can't suddenly become fucking Jim Rome overnight. I can only be myself. So I was aware of that syndication deals were up in the air and everything was going to happen, but things move fast. And I was informed today, actually, that not only did we not lose the syndication, the syndication company is very, very happy with our work, and they are now giving the green light to the new show to be on 105 stations. So I got syndicated today, and it was actually me. It wasn't another show because they know it's me, and they stated, no, it's good. There's no drop off, and there was no ratings drop off. I lost 6% overall on the syndicated market, and we got it back. Like there's no drop off. So the syndicate, we got the green light basically. So I was told today, starting Monday, basically, there's a new name of the show, and in the coming weeks, we're going to be syndicated on 107 radio stations around America. So, hey, I guess I should be like, hey, where's the champagne and shit? To me, it's just another day. Just another day. Some days good things happen, some days bad things happen in this business. That's the way I look at this shit. But I really don't have any emotion about anything of this stuff anymore. But it's cool. Like I said, from where I was coming from, when I started on CFMB 1280 on a Sunday fucking night at midnight on a community radio station, in which I had to walk home after because I had no money in my pocket to the media fucking capital of the world and 107 fucking syndicated radio stations. And it's funny too. Yeah, Jazz. Yeah, well, yeah. There's gonna have there'll be talks. But it's funny. It's funny though, the way I think though, right away, when I heard like 100 radio stations, I was like, fuck. I was like, man, Sean Hannity's on like 400 stations. That's what I thought. It was like, 100 is like the small end of the fucking syndicated deal. I was like, it's good, but it's kind of on the smaller end, isn't it? Like what's Jim Rome on? Like, I think Rome's on like fucking 238, isn't he? But that's all you can do. I'm just kidding. That's all you can do, basically, right? So basically, it's just good. Like you're online, you're on these apps, but some dude's driving his car in Montana, man, and he's listening. There's some guy in Tacoma, Washington. Fuck, I'm not saying they're gonna be the number one show in these places, but it's on the air for a reason. Fuck, somebody's listening. So the way this industry works, if no one listens to your show, you don't get the job. That's the way it works. Right. So somebody's paying attention. So, that's the thing. It's just nice to know it's crazy. And you should see the emails I got today too, from people like very, very nice people. Like, people are like, I've been a lifelong listener of the Fan and Craig Carton, and the way you've handled the situation, Morency, I will be staying on board with this show. Another guy said, I expected to go back to the Fan after this, but I'm hooked to the show, and now I'm even hooked to you and Cam, and I watch you at nighttime. So shout out to these guys out there. We appreciate the kind words. I know not everybody's getting on. Sure, not everyone's fucking overjoyed, but it is what it is. I didn't fucking set the rules. I didn't make this situation. I didn't, Yeah, we'll let sort of things play out here, Jazz, into the holidays. Now I've got the record to finish next week. Something's going to eventually give, obviously. I can't be on 18 hours a day, every day, 7 days a week. But let's get through this football season. Thank you, Daniel. No, we are not done with SBR. No. I love SBR. Big fans of SBR. In a year and a half, I've been, over the year here with SBR, year and a half. I have nothing but positive things to say about SBR. And in fact, I would like to do more work with SBR, but there's only one me and there's only fucking so many hours in a day. Like honestly, like if I could, I'd do more with SBR, but I miss the Sunday night betcasts and stuff, but at some point it's overkill. Like it's a full-time job watching me as it is now. I appreciate it. Larry's a great employee. Jazz doesn't show up for work all the time anymore. Larry in Wawa's a great employee. He shows up every day for work. Like I said, like if you want to watch, if you watch and listen to me on a daily basis, it's a full-time job. You're putting in a full 8-hour shift, especially on Wednesdays. Yeah, Jazz can't keep up. What's up, Haynes? Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, Kyle, if if my contract gets a little bit bigger, we'll employ someone at the book. I'll need someone at the book. Yeah, well, we're gonna have to get someone at the book. All right, so this game's over. It's a rout. It's too much all day, Stooge says. We appreciate that, Stooge. Jazz name that's Nero. Clam chowder, yeah, in costume. Listen, I'll tell you though, like I said, shit changes every day in this industry, guys. You're the guy till you're not the guy, and I could tell you, and we'll talk more about it on Patreon, but I can tell you that, like I said, I've been in the business a long time, and shit, it's kind of funny. I laugh at times, but other times it's like, what am I getting myself into? Well, the Warriors are losing right now. Hopefully we can get on a little bit of a run here. I will say though, I think now Cam wouldn't like New York City, Eric. We do need to go back to the manager deal, the agent manager deal, though. Because when you're overworked, you're tired, and you're emotional and shit. Shit can get crazy fast. Like I've gone from 0 to 160 at places I liked before, right? You got to be careful with that. It's better to have like a buffer zone all the time. That's why there are managers. You know what I mean? Like Vince Neil doesn't fucking talk to the record company. Fuck. Because if he did, Vince Neil would tell the record company that he's going to come there and fucking run them over and shit, right? And fucking start freaking out. So that's why there's managers and agents and lawyers and shit like that in life, right? Like I've realized that to the point where I'm going through emails and I'm talking to people and I'm like, I shouldn't be the one doing this. Like, because I can't. It's like a player negotiating for himself. And I'm not just talking about negotiations, but even in like sort of meetings and representation and shit. If you do everything yourself, you know, like only a fool has himself for a client, basically, right? Oh, I can represent myself. You don't see things clearly, right? Like you get pissed off and shit. So it's, you know, like I realized that this week a few times where it's like, all right, you the person might be really upset about this, and you the person want to fucking tell people that you're upset and tell them to fucking, you know, fuck off. Yet you the fucking brand can't do that. Fuck. You know what I mean? Like you can, but you know, like I always have to like split it up. Like, you know, all right, what you want in your head and what's smart and what isn't, and like, you know what I mean? And you can make mistakes. You know what I mean? Like it's almost like it's like a politician, fuck, with no advisor around. It's like Trump. Nah, I've been right. You know what I mean? And that's the same thing. You're like, well, I got this far being this way, so why not just be this way some more? Right? But at some point, you need someone around you to say, fucking, hey, fucking, let me handle it this way. Let's do it. Let's do it with this approach as opposed to your scorched earth approach. Like I remember I went into I used to work for a newspaper. Fuck, I went to the newspaper to fucking casually ask about a check, and about 20 minutes later, I was being escorted out of the building, and I got canned. So, like, I've been down these roads before where I remember walking out of there thinking, oh boy, that fucking escalated fast. Like, you know. But Mike Cardano's a great guy, and I get along well with Mike, so it's very pleasant. And as we were talking about SBR, SBR, we're great people. You know, there's been a turnover over the year and a half here at SBR a few times, but everyone we've dealt with, we've enjoyed working with. I was a big Deb Stern fan. I like Cynthia. I love Cynthia. She was great. Henny right now is great. SBR's got good staff. I tell you, SBR are consistent. Like I've worked for a lot of companies over the years, man. SBR is consistent. Like it's fucking like clockwork, man. Like on a daily basis, fucking here's your link. Fuck, you know what I mean? Like they're on top of things. Jimmy the Bag. Yeah, I'm a Jimmy the Bag fan. I like Jimmy. You know, one thing we should have known in this game. Yeah, sports books are coming everywhere pretty much, except New York for some reason. Celtic game, I don't even want to look at the stupid score. What is the stupid score? $100-97 with 6 seconds left. Come on, give us overtime. You know, we haven't had a break yet, guys, recently. You know, you guys have seen we've lost a lot of bets this week by a point here, point that, half point this. Give us overtime here. Come on. 3-point shot, send it to OT, and we get the over. Let's get this. Boston Celtics are getting the basketball, I believe, here too. Let me get the quick stream rolled up here. This is for all you dickheads that are, where's the game? All right, I'm getting the game, fuckheads. Oh, you little Jake Paul motherfuckers. All right.
That's why any NBA game is never over.
What? Yes.
You get the ball moved up, and then you get
Yes.
Yeah. Rocket Morris knew it was good. He knew it was good. I mean, when it left his hands, well, credit Irving, he drew the double team, got the attention.
Yeah, he hit the free.
Morris with 15 hits the shot to tie it. 5 more minutes.
He tied it up. Ah.
I'm Dan Marley, DSRK. I didn't like wearing reading glasses, but I couldn't see without them. So I went to Schwartz Laser Eye Center. And now I can do some things better than ever, like read the menu items at my restaurant. Sir Charles chicken pasta. How about a salad? Schwartz Laser Eye Center.
We're alive, Jay. We're not home yet. We're alive.
Right now.
What's up, Pick Machine? We got a chance. So you're saying we got a chance. That's just one of those things. You know, so you're saying we got a chance. Here it is. $2.15. $2.15. Over under $2.15. This is it appears like it's a military jacket. It actually isn't. I guess it is, but it isn't. It isn't. It's actually Nike. It's actually like a Nike series. I think it was fucking Lance Armstrong. The Live Strong shit. It is a cool jacket though, yeah. But it says this one's the Live Free one. It's Nike. I thought it was the Lance Armstrong line, but it could be a Live Free fucking model. This one says Live Free here. School got the good hood. I got the black one too. Give me a minute. I got to get the charger here. We're running low. Take a look at some of these other football games this week. Let's get this overtime home here. Thanks, Perfect Rotation. Let's get this Boston over. We need 15 points, guys.
Well, Booker's going to have to earn it. Because, again, no disrespect to the rest of the Suns out there. The pressure sometimes can make you feel a little uncomfortable. But Devin Booker is a star. And he has to be the one that stays aggressive here. Here's a guy going Uncle Drew on the drive. I'm telling you, he putting on the show. And again, I saw this guy before the game. I'm telling you, I just felt that he was going to be sick tonight. And he has to disappoint. He's trying to make the Suns fans sick with his performance. You know, and something to point out here, EJ, is DeAndre Ayton has not had a touch. And TJ Warren with a difficult drive to go to the line, right? Fine, get on the offensive glass. extent. You know, you don't let the rhythm of the game dictate how you play. Find another avenue to be dominant. Just our fourth tie of the night. Irving trying to quickly break it, and he does. We've got 37. He's a champ, 39. He's a champion. And so, and because of that, he's cold-blooded. You got to know he's going to take over, and he has. Booker working against Morris with the left hand. Yes, he's cold-blooded too. So we got two cold bloods going at one another right now. Who's going to stand up last? 106 on. Horford. You just know it. Alan Horford's been asleep all game. You just knew it. 109-106 Boston. Booker trying to match. And he does. Around the own the three-point zone. Jordan Holmes donates $100 to Sun Charities. Swinging around to Brown. My goodness. This is amazing how they have awakened. This is one of the most streakiest teams in the league, without a doubt. Booker able to turn the corner, gets the draw. Irving with his head down. Morris with it to the rim and in. 5-point Boston lead. Irving with the block. Wide open Jason Tatum. Keenan looking to run, and then he's hammered there by Irving. 1:15 to go. Suns are in the same position the Celtics were in, right? Down 5. With about a minute something left. And this is how they have to play. Recognize the situation you're in, not where you were, and put your head down. 2-possession game here. They have an opportunity to find a way back. Keenan feeding Booker. Leaning back, fires the three. And the problem is the Celtics are getting help from 2 or 3 guys. Booker right now trying to do it all himself. Suns needing a stop desperately here. Yeah, and the way the Celtics have played here in the second half is, how I said, they're going to have to evolve, and they're going to get hurt feelings because of it. Kyrie Irving basically took over this game, and I think that's the hierarchy of how this team's going to have to play. And man, he really has taken over. Irving over Ayton. Horford with a rebound, and that was a big one. Time running out here on the Suns. Irving just does get it away. Booker running the floor. Pull up 3. 9 seconds left. And this is one that will sting for a while, Eddie Johnson.
It really will. I mean, really, the Celtics were about a minute and a half away from clearing their bench. And I talked about the unforced turnovers. I talked about giving them something to live for. And the Suns look back at tape.
Mo, unbelievable. They go to overtime. They've already scored. It's unreal. They scored 25 points.
This is what becomes of it.
Winner. Bam. Put it in a pile. Put it in the winner's pile. A lot of tickets here. I don't know why I keep losers around from the other night here. I got losing tickets from the other night. I don't know why I do that to myself. I always do that. I used to do that in Vegas when I lived in Vegas. My place in Vegas was fucking littered with losing tickets. Like, I didn't throw them out for some reason. And it would bother me. I'd pick it up and I'd look. I used to bet big there too. I'd look. I'd be like $2,000 like on one ticket. I was like, I put $2,000 on fucking Louisiana Tech. It was like, fuck. I can't. All right, so good. We'll take it. It's a winner. Can't win them all, but we'll take the wins when we can. And we got another NBA game in progress that we haven't even talked about. I don't even know what the score is right now. Let's check in. We're checking in. No more alcohol or Demerol. No more fun at all. He's checking in. And the score is, come on, motherfuckers. Give me some points here, bitch. Let's go. I like the look of it. I'm looking at the score right now. Where we at? All right. I can live with this. We need over 225 points in the Blazers and the Clippers. The in-game total right now is 229.5. So we'll check back in with the pile before we're done. Wow, Milwaukee's throttling them. Yeah, it looks like we're going to lose this Warrior game. I'm not so sure they come back. Yeah, the Celtics won by 5. Celtics won by 5. They didn't cover, but the game went over. I'm going to lose this Milwaukee game, though. Well, what are you going to do? You can't win them all. Oh, yeah, we were talking about morning show names. It came to me. I forgot. Remember I told you I had a great morning show name? AM Mayhem. AM Mayhem. Or Mayhem in the AM. Although AM Mayhem is better. You know, we bring mayhem and it's in the AM. AM Mayhem. Not bad. What's up, Mick? You like that, huh? See? Okay. No, I don't get to pick. I can try to push it. I believe that one of the names that they're pushing is the morning after. Which I don't mind the morning after. What's up, Mick? I like Corey's name. Plan B. That's what I told him. I said it's like the morning. That's what Michelle Serpico said. Michelle Serpico said the morning after is a horrible name. Plan B. I used to use the king of, we used to use the AM Mayhem shit in one of our slogans. I think it's CFMB. Like I said, I had this name back in the Team 990 days, I remember. Yeah, AM Mayhem. That's a name. Yeah, this game, you know what? Seemed too good to be true, but it really is amazing, isn't it? How without Draymond Green, they just can't do anything, this team. Normally, Golden State would win in this spot, Jim. Normally, normally Golden State would win in a spot like this with Draymond Green, but I'm not so sure tonight. Basically they need to be hitting their threes, these guys, when they don't have Draymond. I was wrong earlier when I said I think they can get through this without him for a night, but they just can't. Like they're useless without him. I'm not so sure, guys, that the Warriors are an automatic comeback. Yeah, I'm not so sure it's like an automatic comeback tonight. I know normally it is. It just feels different tonight. There's not much to do with this. Look, the Milwaukee Bucks are minus 225 on the money line. You're not going to take that in game. You know what a ballsy pick would be? Somebody did this the other night, and I like their style here. And I think I would do this. I can't do it. I don't have anything online. It's ballsy, but the Milwaukee Bucks are plus 450 on the money line in the second half. Plus 450. Golden State might just tap out. You know what I mean? If let's say Milwaukee goes on a big run, Golden State will pull their guys and shit. They'll be like, well, we lost. You know? The Golden State don't lose often, right? So people are always shocked when they do. And it doesn't happen often. Like most of the time you get bailed out with Golden State. Like this is the best way to bet Golden State. And we've all known this for years. I mean, we've seen this. I mean, last year we sat here together every night doing this, where Golden State struggle out of the gate. And it's like, well, all right, hammer Golden State second half. It's almost like the Alabama first half. You hammer Alabama in the first half, and you hammer Golden State in the second half, and you be rich. Fuck. You know, like just bet those two things. You know, Alabama college football over first half, Golden State Warriors second half. You know, whatever the score is, you know, they'll wake up, they'll go on a little run. I'm just not sure they come back here tonight. It's a little different tonight without Draymond, and also Milwaukee are freaking good. Cam raised a good point today. You know, just that, you know, Milwaukee are all hyped right now. They went on the West Coast and they got waxed the other night. Cam made a good point about them sort of bouncing back after getting tattooed like that, you know, saying, hey, We can't just, let this fall apart because we go on the West Coast, and let's respond here. They don't have an answer for the Greek Freak. Like, without Draymond Green, I thought that Kevin Durant would be able to guard him more than he is, to be honest. And, the thing is, the Golden State Warriors, it's not like this is the end of the world to them, right? Like, they try, and, but if they lose, the Warriors will lose like 10 games this year. And it just sucks because you'll be on all of them because they'll be trailing at the half and you'll come back. Like, I guarantee you there's going to be people all over the world tonight. They're going to be just in shock after tonight that the Warriors didn't come back in the second half. I'm not suggesting to do it. I mean, I give you guys a million picks all the time, but I can't force it. Like, I just don't see it. Like, I can't say, you know what? Oh yeah, you gotta hammer them. The Golden State are -8.5 in the second half. So they can lose the game by 4.5 points still. You're getting 4.5 with that number, but all right, you could say, fuck, you're getting Golden State. You want to take Golden State -8.5 in the second half here? I could live with it. I guess I could live with it. Just I'm not in love with it. I'm not overly feeling it. That, oh yeah, they're going to come back for sure. See, even you guys, like, normally everyone in the chat, what's up, Cardenas? No, normally everyone in the chat would, normally everyone in the chat is sort of on the same side. It's like, all right, guys. Let's jump in on this. Well, you're going to put the 25 on the Bucks, in a second. I'm telling you, man, like, hey, that's it, Matt and Ken. Or Matt's going, you guys are all going opposite here. That's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of times you guys are we're all on the same side. It's like, all right, guys, let's all jump in on the Warriors here together. And everyone agrees, like, I noticed tonight, everyone's all over the place. Some of you are like, yes, I like what you're talking, Milwaukee, +480 second half. Other people are like, I think the Warriors come back, Warriors third quarter, Bucks third quarter, Bucks money line, Bucks this. Like, it's all over the place in this game. Now, I don't know. What's up, Brooks? I don't know what game it was the other night. And even in football, it happens, guys. Like, look, tonight's a good example. Like, Carolina was down. Now, I didn't jump in on them in the second half, but I'm sure some people did. I'm sure someone out there thought, well, you know what? I'm getting them at value here. And I'm telling you, like, there's a lot of value in this. We got to look into this and start betting this more. I don't remember who it was and what game it was the other night, but somebody came into the chat and talked about a pick that they made. I believe them too. Like, it was a good pick. They said, oh yeah, I just hit this second half money line. And it was a team that won the first half easily, and they were plus money in the second half. And same thing, like, look, the Bucks are killing these guys right now. So they're up by 13 points. They don't need to win the second half by 13. They could just win the game, like win the second half by 1 point. You just win 480. It's crazy. Like, there's a chance, like, at plus 480, there's a good chance that Milwaukee comes out here in the third quarter and pulls away for real. They're up by 14. Milwaukee's not going to let up. Like I talked about for the game, they're all fired up to play the champs. Let's say they don't let up, and let's just say Golden State and Kerr says, you know what? This ain't our night. That's what they do in the NBA. This ain't our night. I'm sitting everyone. I don't give a shit. Fuck, whatever. And, we're 10-2. Ooh, the sky's falling. So he's going to sit everyone in the fourth quarter. And Milwaukee win the second half by 2 points. Or you go into the last couple of minutes where it's kind of tied in the second half, and you got a real good chance of plus 480. Like, it's not a bad bet, and we don't really, like, there's always that automatic, the automatic inclination in all of us as gamblers sports gamblers to take the second half team. Oh, well, look, you know what I mean? We're getting this adjusted number now. I mean, man, you're getting Golden State Warriors here at this number. Like, we always do this. You got Carolina Panthers here. I remember, guys, this it's a true story. It's pretty crazy, like how old I am. That I remember when second half betting was invented. Like, you guys, a lot of like younger guys, you guys will take this for granted, but second half betting didn't exist before. Didn't exist. And I think it's probably the worst invention ever for people, to be honest. So, and I remember sitting in a sports bar, and probably about Wayne Fonts was the coach in Detroit. So whatever year that was, I would say right now it was like the late 80s. You know, maybe it was like it's actually probably like the early 90s type thing. But you know what? I don't know if you guys remember. It was the Dallas Cowboys played the Detroit Lions in a playoff game, and the Lions beat the Cowboys. Maybe a hardcore Cowboy fan would remember that. So I think, it might have been like 1988 type shit, in 89. I remember I was at Champ Sports Bar, so it was definitely in that era. But I lived in Hollywood too, but I was back and forth. It might have been like 1992. Oh yeah, D, you're exactly right. In-game wagering is newer too. In-game wagering's been around a while though, but it's new as well. It hasn't been around forever, obviously, but 91 D in Detroit, that game was, huh? Yeah, 38-6 was it? It was at the Silverdome. The Lions beat up on the Cowboys in a playoff game. So whenever that was, anyways, it was around that era, because I vividly remember that game for some reason. Like, so there was this bookie guy there, and he was crazy dude too, like fucking the big dude. And I remember I overheard him at the table talking about second half number. And I said, what do you mean second half number? And he's like, hey, it's a point spread for the second half. He goes, just imagine like the game never happened and it's a new game, second half. I was like, really? Fuck. And I was a degenerate. I knew about everything. I was like, wow. I was like, that's amazing. And I remember telling him, I said, I'll bet with you right now. Fuck. I said, I knew he was a bookie. I said, hook me up. I said, start an account. Let's go. And it was an NFL playoff game. And I took the team that was getting killed. I was like, so I remember like him saying to me, like, yeah, the Cowboys or whoever were -3 or -4, -3 or something. And I was like, really? So they're -3. I was like, they're down by 18. I just need to win by 3. And let me just clarify. And he's like, yeah, that's the way it works. Just like the game never existed. Just imagine it's a new game. And I was a young, crazy dude. So I was like, all right, put 1,600 on it or something. I was like, yeah, 1,800 on the second half, man. He's like, all right, and I remember like they didn't come back. Like it got worse. Like it got worse. Like I remember like losing my first ever second half play, like a lot of money. And because of that exact scenario, I was like, wow, they got to come back a bit. And like, so even to this day, like, I never learned my lesson. Like there's always that inclination. We always do it in full. How many times you do it? If you're a second half better, that's what I do in the NFL usually, right? On Sundays. You look in the second half, you're like, all right, this team's down 21-3. The game was a pick 'em. Fuck, they only got to win the second half by 3. But the thing is, once in a while, and not most of the time, you can pick your spot and come back. And I'll tell you about different sports, but once in a while, there's blowouts. You know what I mean? Like tonight, the Panthers were favored in the second half, and the Steelers killed them in the second half again. Here's Golden State turning the ball over. Like I said, if they go on a little run here in Milwaukee, it's done. And now, one thing I'll tell you, like college football, you're better off doing that. Like college football, like if a team is down big at the half, you can't just say, oh, I'm going to take this team in game. Like we do it in the NFL, we do it in the NBA, we do it all the time. together in live hit games, right? Oh, this team's getting killed. I'm going to take them. Remember the other night? Somebody wouldn't. There's so many games, right? And all these shows, so many shows and games. But I remember the other night, somebody took an in game plus 20.5. Was it what football game was it? Usually I have a good memory for this shit, but I'm tired tonight. Somebody said it the other night. Oh, I'm taking this team plus 20.5 in game. I remember we were on the air in a chat, and I said to them, I said, "Be careful, dude." I was like, they might just get killed. I think it was a basketball game. It was an NBA game we were watching together. It was an NBA game we were watching together. I remember saying, "Be careful, man. They might not lose because they might still just get killed," and they did. They lost by 27 or something. And I remember the poor dude in the chat took them plus 20.5. Like, look at this. Like, Milwaukee's killing them in the second year. They're on top of them again. D for Detroit. So you remember that game? All right, yeah. Yeah, I lost that game. I lost that game. I remember I that was my first ever second half pick. And I've told you guys this before, but one piece of interesting Morency trivia. Oh, it's Duke in Kentucky. Thank you. Great memory, Dog Willie. Thank you. Exactly. Somebody took Kentucky plus 20.5 the other night. I was like, I don't know, man. I was like, I don't know. Be careful, dude. I was like, they can't shoot. They can't shoot. And they lost by 27. They lost by 34. Yeah, normally Medina 16 is nothing for these guys, but this isn't normally. They don't have Draymond Green, and Milwaukee are focused and pissed. Like, look at this. They're killing. They're schooling them. Like, look at that. Lopez just dunked on them. Like, Milwaukee's balling, man. Like, I know that it's always like, come on, it's Golden State. But like I said, like, they play 82 games, and Golden State aren't a great point spread team. I got suckered in by the 5.5 point spread. I misread the market. And I bet this game because I want to get a piece of it later here. But I should have grabbed the over, fuck. That's what, if you bet the over this game, that's what I would suggest right now. If you're jumping on the in game, I would jump on the in game over. Because Golden State won't quit, but they can't stop Milwaukee. I mean, the total was 242 for a reason coming into this game. Like, Milwaukee don't play defense, and Golden State are going to hit a bunch of shots still. I'm just stating Golden State aren't covering the number here. Although I'll tell you what, with my luck, they're going to come all the way back, and they'll win by 5. All right, what's the college football tomorrow? We'll hit that a little bit. And okay, speaking of college football, I see Drew's not around here tonight. Maybe he's listening. He's just not in the chat. Alabama and the Buffalo Bills. What's the point spread? I tweeted it out, but if you didn't see the point spread, and you know what? It's very similar to what it was with Cleveland before. But for those of you that don't know this, I ask you. Point spread. Buffalo Bills versus Alabama. They set a number in Vegas. Now, obviously, the Bills are not playing Alabama. The Bills are not playing Alabama. But, they do this in Vegas every year. And it was the Westgate, too. So a respected book did it. It's the Buffalo Bills minus 28.5. So yeah, just for the record, like if one of your buddies says to you, "Oh, the Bills suck" or "the Raiders suck," and Alabama would beat them, just let them know that the Westgate and the top odds maker in Vegas basically made them 28-point favorites. I think if the Buffalo Bills played Alabama like next week type shit, and it was for real, and the Bills really tried, like, and they both, you know what I mean, a real game type thing, I think an accurate score would be like 62-7 in that range. It would be a rout. Yeah, it would be a rout, but it could be like 70-0. Like, you know what I mean? It would be. It's funny. I was reading like the article about this. There's a tweet, but CBS Sports and it's even their college football guy, and he basically stated that it would be a massacre of epic proportions, and it would be whatever the NFL team wanted it to be, right? It's funny. Like basically, they were saying that like LaShawn McCoy would rush for like 400 yards, like they wouldn't be able to stop him, and that's the whole thing in the offensive line. Like guys, you got to understand. Now Nate Peterman is bad, but the best way of describing this, guys, is Alabama right now have 10 guys on their team that are going to be in the NFL. The Buffalo Bills have 53 guys that are in the NFL. Like on this Alabama team, there's only about 10 to 15 guys that are going to be in the NFL. So, I mean, that's the whole thing. Like, as good as these college teams are, people don't realize the low percentage of NCAA players that play in college football, right? So Alabama will have 10 to 15 guys from this team in the NFL, let's say in the next 2 years. Like, you can't say 4 years because there's a big turnover. So, the Bills have 53 guys in the NFL. It's just, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, you know what it is? Alabama would have a few skill position players. Like the wide receiver would get open and shit. Like they're fast, they get open. You know what I mean? Calvin Ridley's a rookie, right? So he was at Alabama last year. Like Calvin Ridley would get open. But the problem would be the pocket would collapse so fast all the time. Like Alabama's offensive line would get overwhelmed. Like the Bills defense shut out the fucking Minnesota Vikings, guys. What do you think they're going to do, Alabama? I know that Tua is good, but they shut out Kirk Cousins in Minnesota and Dalvin Cook and Diggs and all these guys and Thielen. What do you think the Bills defense would do to Bills defense is good. Like the Bills defense, like just confused the hell out of Tom Brady a couple of weeks ago. What do you think they would confuse? Like when they that's the thing. People just think, oh, they would throw the ball. Like, guys, the Buffalo Bills would be running blitz packages and shit that Tua and the kids on the O-line would be crying about. They wouldn't know what's coming. They'd be like, oh, we thought he was coming from here and I got hit from behind. Like, we rip NFL coaches, but they're running like blitzes and schemes and fucking stunts, and like it would go right over the head of the players on Alabama. They wouldn't know what to do, It would be a massacre. No, you guys are nuts. Like anyone, you guys are like, even your scores of the Bills and stuff. Like I'm telling you, the Buffalo Bills would win like 65-6. You know what I mean? Like Alabama might score a touchdown on some weird, maybe someone like something could always happen, but And if you really want to be nice to Alabama, then let's say it's 56-14. Like, you know, or it's 6-6-6, you know, like it would be bad. It would be ugly. Like Kelvin Benjamin might be a fucking dickhead, but he would just run people over and shit. You know, like it's grown men versus kids. It's just you can't do it. See, I like what 59-3. Brooks is saying a shutout. I agree with you guys. It's that bad. Like, and it's not a knock on Alabama, but the Buffalo Bills would kill them. Like watch LaShawn McCoy. Watch LaShawn McCoy like try, you know, running against these guys and stuff. It would be over the top. It's unbelievable. I didn't get it in because I'm not online here. But guys, I told you, second half, plus 480. So what? They were up by 13 at the half. They're now up by 20. So they're up by 7 points right now in the second half. CFL team, the Argos. Argos would win by like 28. It would be a blowout, but it would be a more respectable blowout. You know what I mean? It would be like, you know, 48-17 type thing. Like the Argos offense would fucking kill them. Like the Argos offense would fucking slay Alabama's defense, but the Alabama's I believe that Alabama's offense would make a few plays against the CFL team. Like not too many, but they can make a play or two. Listen, I've been down this road a million times. I told you guys. I used to do the global championship, and it was the all-stars of the state of where the Super Bowl was of high school. And there were seniors like going to college. So like I said, so this was in Houston, Texas, and Katy, Texas, where all the greats are from Katy. So we're in Katy, Texas. Mick was there. Mick was in the chat. And it was a who's who. Like basically the team from Texas was a ton of fucking high school stars from Houston area. And, you know, like Terrence Nunn, Brian Johnson was a quarterback. Brian Johnson went on to be a big-time quarterback at Utah. Roberson went on to Northwestern. Terrence Nunn went to Nebraska, played in the NFL, played in the CFL. Like just off the top of my head, and this is like fucking 20 years ago almost, you know, off the top of my head, there was all these like NFL guys and shit on this team from that. They were kids at the time. And they played a bunch of kids from Quebec. And I told you, man, the kids from Quebec fucking killed them, fuck. Like they shut them out. You know why? Because they were 2 years older. It was CJEP. So it was kids from like fucking the CJEP Vanier and shit. There's a great CJEP in Quebec that has a powerhouse football team. Team Canada was basically all of them. It was all French kids for the most part, and a few kids from Toronto, and a couple of fat kids from linemen from the prairies, but it was mostly Quebec. Like Earl de La Prelle was all his players almost. And I was shocked. I said to Earl, I said, I can't believe you guys just beat Texas, fuck like that. I said, I thought you'd get killed. And he was the one that explained to me. He goes, nah. He goes, well, don't flatter us. He's like, he goes, our guys are like 3 years older than some of them. He goes, we've got kids that are 20 on our team. He goes, they're all like 17. And he goes, they're just kids. And he goes, they're actually better than us. We're just older and stronger. And he goes, and he basically was telling me about like in the trenches, they're winning, but the skill position, they get fucked up. And And it's funny, they wanted to fire the coach in Texas after Quebec shut him out. Like, it was in the paper and shit there. It was like they wanted to fire the guy. Was the winningest coach in Texas high school history. They wanted to fire the guy because he got embarrassed by Canada. But that was only in the round robin. And he was so scared of the fucking of losing again to Canada. He brought in more players. Like, he got a couple other dudes that didn't play. Like, he didn't play his full lineup. Like, he went all out. And they even like filled the stadium up. Like, earlier in the week when Canada beat them, the stadium was empty and shit. There wasn't that many people there. And there was like a bunch of Canadian family people there that were loud and shit. And he was all pissed off. So they went all out. When Canada had the ball, they hit the fucking with the band and shit. And it was actually a good time. But in the final, the team from Texas beat Canada like 24-7 or 24-14. It was a competition, but the running back Roberson couldn't be stopped. That kid was good. Like I said, Quebec, the Canada team wasn't that good. They just handed the ball off all the time. But Texas got up on them, and Canada had a hard time throwing the ball. But then I was there in Ohio, in Michigan. But the thing is, it's kind of complicated. But in Michigan, and I wanted to tell you this because it was pretty cool for you in Detroit. I did the last ever game at the Pontiac Silverdome. So it was Canada versus Ohio. And it was Ohio because in Michigan, they don't allow, you can't play, they don't have all-star games. High school players can't play in an all-star game in the state of Michigan for some reason. So they had to bring in the kids from Ohio. And we're talking about kids that were going to Ohio State, Cincinnati Bearcats, other Big Ten teams. Like, it was big time kids from Ohio type shit. It was kids from the Toledo and surrounding area and stuff. And same thing. It was basically a bunch of kids from fucking Quebec again. And Ohio could not get past the 50-yard line. They could not get past, I'm not exaggerating. They could not get past the 50-yard line. Like, Quebec kicked the fucking shit out of them. Like, it was like fucking 33-0 or something. Like, it was so bad, the guy from Ohio didn't shake Canada's hand. Danny Machocha, the former CFL coach, was the coach of Canada. And, like, he didn't shake his hand. Like, Canada ran the score up. It got ugly and shit. And the kids from Ohio, like, they got broken down. Like, fucking parents were fucking pissed. It was like, they were like, oh, this isn't fair. Like, Canada fucked them up good. And they went to Florida. All right. So they went to Jacksonville. And you know what? We know Florida high school football. And it went to overtime. Like, it was a battle, man. Like, Florida, like, barely escaped. They went to Louisiana. That's the time I told you about the Nick Saban Hiroshima joke. They went to Louisiana. And they played the All-Stars that were going to LSU and shit. And same thing, man. It went to overtime. Like, it came down to the final play of the game. And Louisiana beat Canada. But it was a battle. But what happened is, as the years went on, Canada kept winning every year. And Goodell shut it down. Like, Paul Tagliabue was the one that created this tournament. And it was at the site of the Super Bowl every year. And I used to go and do play-by-play for Team Canada. And I'd stay at the hotel with Team Canada and stuff. So, and Earl de La Prelle, may he rest in peace. Earl de La Prelle was with Team Canada. And I did the games on the radio in Canada for it, in Montreal. And it's pretty cool. I did play-by-play for it and stuff. So Canada kept winning. And when Roger Goodell took over, he was like, why do we pay for this? So it was basically the team, the All-Stars from the state where the Super Bowl was. It was where the All-Stars of the Super Bowl were. And there was a team from Canada, a team from the state where the Super Bowl was, a team from Mexico, a team from Japan, a team from Germany. And that's it. Germany, Japan, Mexico, Canada. And, Italy. Italy had a team. Germany. So, it was like a round robin. It was like, 3-4 day tournament. It wasn't like 60-minute games, right? They're kids, so it was, the quarters were like 10 minutes and the clock ran type shit. They were pretty quick games around robins, and the final was a little longer. But Canada dominated, and they had to stop it. It was an embarrassment, and they actually told Earl, they were like, "Yeah, it's we didn't think it was going to go like this. Like, we didn't think we were going to lose every year to Canada, and it's just not worth it, and we're shutting it down." And basically, they killed it. They shut down the tournament. Let's check in on this Clipper game. Yeah, we're into the final. Fuck, are we going to fall short here? Come on, I want one more for the winner pile. Guys, they're up by 23, 25 right now. 25. Fuck, if I had money online, I would have got the 480. I told you. Whoever won, man, you guys, congratulations, but you better give us a thumbs up. Yeah, 116, 105. We're at 221 right now. Oh, and they missed the 3. Oh, if they would have hit the 3, we could have hit the total. We're going to lose the Clipper total. Fuck. We're at 221 right now. And they're running the clock out. Fuck, I hate the NBA when you run the clock out. Bullshit. That's a loser. Loser, 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 loser. Just for the record right now, second half number for the Milwaukee Bucks, money line, -3, -550. Cam Newton, loser, 125. Oklahoma City Thunder, loser, fuck, that's 200 in losers. Clippers, loser, fuck, 250 in losers. Panthers, loser, fuck, $75. That's fucking, how much is that? 75, 125, 200, fucking 325 in losers. All right, Boston Celtics, $50 winner. Ben Roethlisberger, $75 winner. That's 125. $70, but let's call it 75 to make it 200. $300 winner. So 500 in winners. 375 in losers. See, we lost the last couple of games. I mean, if we could have hit just one of them, it would have made a big difference there. $200 swing, man, on that 3-point shot at the end of this Blazer game. What are you going to do? So, fuck. Hey, it's still winning. You know what I mean? So 500 winners, 375 losers. Cost me money to get to the sports book. But, listen, if you bet and you come out on head, I can't complain, right? I got more winners than losers here on the table. Fuck, man. No, this Blazer game, we were gonna get there. It was there, man. It was there, and I Lillard took a 3, man, with like 30 seconds left. If that 3 goes in, man, whatever. We had some bad beats tonight. Like Cam Newton, you figure Cam Newton will get to 241 yards. It didn't. Like I said earlier, I shouldn't just fucking bet on the fucking over the game. Too many games. Whatever. I'm only betting 15 NBA game. It was more recreational for fun here, to have fun here, but yeah, Louisville and Syracuse. Syracuse next weekend's Notre Dame. Listen, Louisville are pretty bad, man, so it should be a rout. College football Friday night. Oh, is that Fresno game? Yeah. So the Fresno Boise game tomorrow night too. Wow. That's some good shit right there. That's going to be a good one. Normally, I wouldn't want to lay 20 points with Syracuse, but they probably do kill Louisville. And we'll have picks for this tomorrow on our shows. But Fresno and Boise State, that's a fun game, man. Fresno are really turning into a little mini power out there, but it's going to be hard for me not to take Boise State on their home fucking blue turf as underdogs. Yeah, I really wish I could have got in on the second half of the plus 480, but hey, it is what it is. All right, I got to get out of here. Syracuse covers tomorrow. Game's going to go over the number. Although it'll probably be a sweat job with a total, but Syracuse should cover the number tomorrow. See Dino Babers, 6-2 against the spread as a favorite of more than 10 points, so usually handles his business in this spot. The real game tomorrow night is this Boise State Mountain West game. That's some big time stuff. That's like Mountain West fucking title shit again. I have Fresno State are a better team than Boise are. You know, like Boise are sort of living, you know, they're not living on a reputation. Boise are a very good team. But Fresno, like people don't really realize how good Fresno are. Fresno are very good. And they're sort of like nudging Boise State out of the way as the best team in the conference here, along with San Diego State. But, you know, Fresno over the last couple of years have really exploded onto the scene. It's just, can they win on a Friday night? They didn't last year here. It was interesting. They played last year twice in back-to-back weeks. And they split, but they didn't win at Boise. It was weird. Like they won the title, but then they lost at the championship game at Boise, and they sent Boise. So I got to get out of here. We shake things up, Paco. We shake things up depending on our situations. Cardenas, yeah, I hope you hit that shit, buddy. I'm not in on it. My bet's dead. And for the record, yeah, Hoops 590. What's up, Hoops 590? I gotta get out of here. But Hoops 590 says he's going under the number, and our boy Bobbert, who lives out there, who knows he knows the Breakers well. He lives in New Zealand. He says take the under in that New Zealand Breaker game as well. We'll get into the Australian Basketball League. I just got to get my account going and figure some shit out. I got to get out of here. We'll see you in the morning. Thanks to SBR. Give us a thumbs up if you haven't on the way out here. And remember to watch all the SBR videos tomorrow. Check out Bet Online. It's a cool book. You get a nice bonus. Go through the SBR site. We'll be with you tomorrow night with a bunch of football picks. And we're going to that Michigan game on Saturday against Rutgers. And I think I'm going to go to the Notre Dame Syracuse game at Yankee Stadium next week. Too cool not to go to. If I'm in New York, I might as well enjoy some of the games that are here. So we'll see you guys tomorrow, though. Other than that, man, God bless you as well, Hoops 590. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. God bless. May the winners be yours. Other than that, you're on your own. Later.